Welcome. In this video, we'll learn about segmenting the market based on shopping patterns. Let's see how to apply unsupervised learning techniques to segment the market based on customer shopping habits. Our goal is to identify the patterns and segment the market based on number of units sold in the stores. Let's open the directory which contains my file. So here is the input data, that is sales.cv. This file contains the sales detail of a variety of tops from a number of retail clothing stores. You can see the store ID, t-shirt, tank top, Hattler top, turtleneck, tube top and sweater. So these are those values. So here we have store ID 1 first value, second, third, fourth, fifth. So total we have 6 values here excluding the store ID. So now we have to segment the market based on shopping patterns using the cluster. First let's see the output. Let's open the terminal and run the command as python space market segmentation.py. You can see that it is displaying 9 clusters here. So a lot of information is segmented or clustered into just 9. And it is displaying the number of cluster. And here, if you see this graph, this is a 2D cluster. Here I have considered just these two values, that is second and third row. I have considered, that is tan and hal, that is second type of top and the third type of top. I have just plotted these two values because on a 2D plane it's not possible to plot these all 6 values. So this is how the clustering application is done on segmenting the market based on shopping patterns. Now let's see the code behind it. I hope you found this clustering pretty much useful. So the first code, import CSV. So this one is important to import and export format for spreadsheet and databases. NumPy, which we know it. Matplotlib, also we know it. And here sklearn.cluster. Here we are importing even the mean shift algorithm, and with that estimate bandwidth. Now let's load the data from the input file. Since it's a CSV file, we can use CSV reader in Python to read the data from this file. That is input file equals to CSV file, file reader. We are using CSV reader. We are using the for loop to put it in an array. So finally, here we are converting it into NumPy array, that is x equals to np.array x. Now let's estimate the bandwidth of the input data. Now let's train a mean shift model based on estimated bandwidth and extract the labels and the centers of each clusters. That is mean shift model, mean shift bandwidth labels equals to mean shift model cluster center. Here we are estimating cluster center and number of clusters. Now finally print the number of cluster and the cluster center. That is print number of cluster in the input data center of cluster. As we are now dealing with 6-dimensional data, that is 6 different types of top. In order to visualize the data, let's take only 2-dimensional data. That is just take just 2 types of tops, that is the second one and the third one. That is cluster centers, 2D equals to cluster center 1:3. Now let's plot the figure and center of cluster. That is plot.figure, plot scatter and so on. This will plot the figure and the center of clusters. Now let's label the figure with the name with the proper title and show the plot here. That is plot.title center of 2D clusters plot.show. Now let's move to the output now. Open the terminal and run the command as python space market segmentation.py. You can see that it is displaying 9 cluster for these 6 type of tops, and it is displaying the number of cluster. In the terminal, it is displaying the number of units sold in the clothes store. And in this graph, I have just took the second, that is Dan and Hal. These two kind of tops, I have used it. Anyway, it was not necessary to put this graph, but I have did it to show that this option is also available. So this is how the real world application of this mean shift algorithm is done by segmenting the market based on shopping patterns. I hope you learned something out of this video. If not, then please do watch this video again. You'll sure get it. It's pretty much simple program. So that's it. Thank you for watching this video.